What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is CJ, the Cheese DJ here, and we are back with another ARK Top 5. Today, we'll be taking a look at Top 5 Pack Mules you can tame in ARK. Now, this is a large variety of dinosaurs that I've included in this list, and technically there's more than one dino for each number kind of thing. You'll see what I mean as we get further into the video. But once again, this is based on my opinion only, so don't get mad at anyone. If you're going to get mad at me, because it's my opinion, and, you know, I'm the one making this video, so therefore you have an opinion to get mad at me. But if you don't like it or agree with it, let me know what yours is down below. And once again, thank you very much, guys, for all the support on the previous videos. If you do enjoy this one, and you do enjoy any of my videos, in fact, don't forget to share them and let your friends know about them. Definitely mean a lot to me. Alright, let's get into it. So, pack mules. The definition of a pack mule, technically in my term, I haven't actually looked up the definition, but I know what it is something that can carry a lot of weight effectively, pretty much, is the way I look at a pack mule. Now, you can probably see that Carno in the background there and thinking, wait, is he included in this list? Well, don't worry, I'm not that silly. The Carno is not included in this list. I do have, however, a large variety of dinos. So we do have one water dino. We don't have any flyers. I've decided to reduce the use of flyers in my videos due to the flyer nerf. You know, some of them are still liable, but their speed is just, it's terrible. Like, there's no point. You can easily carry as much weight on land dinos as you can in air dinos now, especially with the weight amounts and the movement speed nerf on the flyer. Okay, so number one on this list. Now, once again, this is in no particular order, all based on my opinion. So, number one are your three base gatherer dinos. Now, you can see here the Ankylo, the Mammoth, and the Doedic. Now, these three guys, they're your main, ever since the last update for ARK, depending if you're a console player, the last update, if you're a PC player, the update before the one that just came out with the Daedon and all that. Now, these guys now all reduce the weight of their respective gathering element, I guess you could say, by 75%. So, for example, the Ankylo reduces the weight of raw metal by 75%, Mammoth wood 75%, and the Doedic of stone by 75%, which is a huge boon for all the gatherers out there that gather stone, wood, and, you know, metal, because these guys used to never have that effect, and their weight was always low. You can see here the Ankylo only has 405 weight, and this is a level 225. So, you know, the same pretty much goes for the Doedicurus as well. Like, he only has a low amount of weight, 400, 5 points lower than the Ankylo, you know, which is why these huge boons upon them are such a vital part of the game, because now they reduce the amount of resource that they carry, that they are respectively able to gather. So, you know, the stone, the wood, and the metal, which is huge for gathering and making it easy to conduct trips. So that's why these guys are number one on the list. Number two is the Thorny Dragon. Now, this guy is pretty much the equivalent of the Beaver in Scorched Earth. However, I've just summoned him in instead of the Beaver because I've used the Beaver before, and I felt like bringing in the Thorny Dragon. Now, this guy, like the Beaver, reduces 50% of the weight of wood, thatch, rock, you know, that sort of stuff. Now, they have patched this in the last update with the Beaver as well. The Beaver did used to reduce the weight of everything in its inventory by 75%, I believe. That is now equivalent to 50%. So the same goes for the Thorny Dragon. Now, he may not have the greatest movement speed, but he does have a high amount of stamina, which makes him rather useful for, you know, long distance traveling. Now, as well as that, his weight is decently leveled. It is at 500, and this is a max level Thorny Dragon. Well, not max level, max tame Thorny Dragon, sorry. As well as this guy is actually a rather formidable foe. He's got two attacks. He's got his little pouncing attack, and then he's got a torpor-inducing tail swipe attack, which is also rather powerful. So, you know, this guy is suited for facing off against enemies that you come across on your convoy journeys and that sort of thing. That's why this guy is number two. Now, number three comes down to personal preference. You can see here we have the Diplodocus and the Bronto. Now, each one of these dinos respectively have their own unique flaws and, you know, bonuses. So the Bronto has a huge amount of carry weight. You can see there he's got 2,300 carry weight, which is ginormous. Now, the downside of the Bronto is that he is a sloth when it comes to moving. You can see here that's his sprinting speed, so he's rather slow. So, you know, you've got to take that into consideration when choosing what to use as a pack mule. Now, the Diplodocus is kind of like the Bronto, except he has a reduced stamina loss while sprinting, and he's able to carry 9 players, I believe, on his saddle. We don't have a saddle on him at the moment, but you can carry 9 players. Now, as well as this, he is rather fast when it comes to sprinting. You can see here he's decently fast, you know, he doesn't utilize that much stamina. However, a downside of him that I have found is that he doesn't have very much weight. Well, as much weight as you'd expect him to. You can see here that he only has 1300 weight, which is rather low for his level and caliber. You would expect a dino this size to carry a lot more weight, and you'll see why shortly from our number 4 why you'd expect more of this. But that's why these two are number 3, because you know they can easily get the job done with their huge carry weights. It will just take them longer, especially in terms of the Bronto due to his sheer size. Now, number 4, like I said, you can see why I'm a bit hesitant on including the Diplodocus in this list. This woolly rhino is the same level as the Diplodocus, and is only I think only 100 points short of the Diplodocus's carry weight. You can see that he's got 1275 weight. Now, as well as this, the woolly rhino has he blows me away every time I jump on one of these guys. He has increasing movement speed as he sprints, so this guy can get incredibly fast. You can see here this is pretty much his maximum movement speed at sprinting speed. He has not been leveled up in movement speed. And then to add on top of this, he also is able to induce a gigantic physical melee attack by ramming his target with his horn. Now you can see that little bar next to our health. He's still there, 1663 damage. Now imagine that on a Rex or a Carno or an Allo, any large carnivore, and your woolly rhino will easily take him out. So you know, you've easily got to take that into consideration. Now the only downside I've noticed about the woolly rhino is that he burns through stamina rather quickly. But even so, you get yourself high level woolly rhino, bump up his weight, not his melee damage. You can bump up his melee damage if you want to take out other dinos. But you know, his weight, his movement speed, and his stamina, and you'll easily have yourself a pack mule. Now, in my own opinion, I think this guy is the best pack mule out of the lot, just because of his sheer amount of weight. He can carry his movement speed and his melee damage. And you saw that we're able to knock out trees easily out of the way. They're not even hindering us in any way possible. Which is why another reason why this guy is a good pack mule. Probably my favorite pack mule to use. But like I said, he does run out of stamina rather quickly. Number 5 on this list is the Plesiosaur. The underwater monstrosity, aka the underwater giraffe in my terms, with razor sharp teeth. So this guy is a good pack mule, I think, because he's got the speed that a Mosa lacks. He's much faster underwater than a Mosa is. Base movement speed is much faster. Now, we're currently beached in this little section of our pond, but, you know, he has a decent carry weight as well. He's got 1100 weight, which, you know, is not bad. But once again, his downside is that he has a low stamina amount. But you can see here, he is easily able to fix that just by his sheer movement speed. You know, we're able to move rather fast through the water with this guy. Now, as well as this, you can equip platform saddles on the Plesiosaur, which also makes him, you know, a moving fort pretty much, because you can strap auto guns onto him and make him a stockade with all your items in it if you need extra base defense. Because, you know, why not stick a platform on a Plesiosaur and then stick turrets on it to defend your loot? You know, it makes sense. And he's, like I said, he's fast. He's got a good stamina amount. He is rather powerful in the water. He's got huge health pool, nothing in comparison to the Mosasaur. But, you know, he's much easier to tame than a Mosasaur. Does not have as much torpor. He's easier to find, and they always come in pairs of 2. So if you ever plan on trying to breed them, you can easily find a mate for your other Plesiosaur and easily, in fact, on your imprinting and breeding of it. So, you know, you've got to take that into consideration as well. But, alas, that it comes to the end of the list. The Plesiosaur is the final dinosaur on this list, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video on the glitchy underwater. Oh, that's trippy. So, you know, let me know what you guys thought of the video. Let me know what you guys thought of my top 5. Let me know what your top 5 would be. But I have to say, out of the 5, well, technically, how many dinos did we showcase? 9, 8 dinos. The woolly rhino is definitely my favorite, as, like I said, he's got that huge movement speed bonus. He's got that weight. He's got that melee damage, you know. He's easily my favorite pack mule in the game, aside from the gathering dinos, which you kind of need to gather the resources that you need. Alrighty guys, well, that'll be it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to share it with your friends, leave a like, and subscribe for more, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.